Today we're going to be making this Monsters Inc. inspired wreath. So what you're going to need is a 14-inch styrofoam wreath and 2 eyeballs, and these are just foam balls. Tulle, this is 100 yards altogether, and in purple and blue. Some marker colors, and I'm really just going to be using black and blue for the eyeballs. And then some foam paper-y things. This is going to be for the nose and eyebrows, and for the horns, and for the teeth. And then some toothpicks and some scissors. And you're also going to need some hot glue. So you're going to cut each of your strips to 20 inches. And in order to make it easier, I have a 10-inch strip of cardboard that I'm going to fold it all around. So here's my tool. And I don't want to stretch it as I go. I want to just keep it pretty normal, not stretched. And then just roll your entire roll over the cardboard. Now that I have it all wrapped up, I'm only going to cut one side because I have this cardboard piece measured out to 10 inches, and I want each one of these pieces of tulle to be 20 inches. Only on the one side. Now take your hoop, wreath, loop, and I'm going to double these up, double layer here, pinch it in the middle, here's the middle. Then I'm going to take this and slide it underneath the wreath and pull the material through itself. And then just pull it really tight and do that about a billion more times. So I'm staggering the knots so they're not right next to each other, so I can push them in closer to each other. And then I have them double layered, so 2 pieces of tulle on each of these knots. And I'm also putting blue, blue, purple, purple, blue, blue. And I'm just going to continue on with that pattern over and over again until this thing is so full it's going to explode. As you're doing the wreath, make sure that you're putting them on the same direction. So I'm continually putting them underneath and then looping the material through from the outside. So that's how I'm doing it, and don't switch halfway through because your wreath is going to look a lot different. So just continue on with whatever way you decide, in or out. This is how it looks on the one side, which is cute if you want, or this is how it looks on the other side. It all depends on what you want. At this point, I'm all done putting the tulle onto the wreath. Now I just want the tulle to kind of go out this way instead of underneath. And I like these little knots on the top, so that's why I'm moving all of them up to the top half. And just making sure they're tight as I go. So when I went to the store, I got half blue and half purple, and now I'm realizing that slowly is actually more blue than purple. So I probably should have gotten 3 rolls of blue and 1 roll of purple. But because I already got 2 and 2, this is what I did to be able to make up for it. So look at the inside. You can see the inside of this wreath. The pattern that I used, I actually pulled all the blues up into the middle so they're right on the front. And then I had one of the purples that I pulled down. So it's going to make it more fluffy. It's underneath. And then just one of the purples pulled forward. So they're going to see this part more. The purple part underneath is more just for the fluff. So, and I needed less purple, so that's perfect. So now you're going to see more of the blue. So now we're moving on to the eyeballs. And there's a couple different ways you can do this, but I'm actually going to use them with marker. You can use acrylic paint to paint them, but I don't need to because I have these markers. So you need a black one and a blue one. And the blue is kind of an aqua, and then you're just going to go right into the middle. I'm just going to use this as a reference point and just kind of draw on the black part. And then I'm going to fill it in. Make sure it's really nice and round though first. And then I'm just going to fill it in from there. I'm just drawing on the blue, and I'm just kind of estimating and making sure that it still looks like a circle as I go. Now you just fill it in up to the black. So hello everybody, blah 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 blah. Take your toothpick. You want blue to be in between, and you want about a ½ inch gap. And I want these to be at the same looking the same way. So just poke my toothpick in here halfway, and then I'm just making a spot and sticking it through all the tulle. So I just looked at a picture online of Sully from Monsters Inc. This is what I drew for the teeth, and that's just half of them. So I'm basically gonna cut it or fold it in half, and then take my scissors. So this is gonna make it even on both sides, and just trim it in the shape that I want it, that looks good. And I'll do any trimming that I need in order to make it really look the right way. His teeth aren't super sharp, but they're still teeth. And I did the same with the bottom teeth, just kind of drew out. And I went from about halfway, so this is all going to be able to be glued. So now I have it double layered with the color that I need, and I'm just going to cut it out. Okay, there's the nose. Hopefully it looks like Sully a little bit. I'm going to glue on my nose, and I want the side that I drew on to be on the bottom, so that's how I'm going by. What I'm going by. There we go. So now I'm just going to hot glue a tiny bit on here and put a toothpick right in that hot glue for our eyebrows. And now I think our eyebrows are probably ready. Stick them into the eyeball itself. Now these are just set below here, and I just kind of am positioning them, making sure they're where I want them to be. And then I'm going to glue them on. So I'm just going to lift up the wreath and plaster on a ton of hot glue underneath. Oh no, I'm running out of hot glue! And then I'm just going to set it back down. I'm going to push it on. I'm just doing the same for the top half. Just trimming up the back a little bit to make it a little bit more clean. And then I can also, while I'm back here, re-glue if there's any places that didn't stick very well. So I left the part on that's just a little bit more for being able to glue it on below. And now I'm just going to lift it up and place it where I think it will look good. Try to make it even on both sides too. Then I'm just going to do the same thing and lift it up and put glue under there for it. This will be really hard to hang as a normal wreath where you hang it from right here. So I actually am just going to take some of the tulle up here, and I'm just going to tie it into a little knot, and that will be what gives us a little hanger to hook our wreath hanger onto, and it will match. Isn't that a great idea? So it's finally done! What did you guys think? It's pretty cool, huh? I think it looks really, really good, and I love it. So please comment on my video and let me know if you liked it, or if you're going to try it, or what you're going to do for Halloween. And then also subscribe to my channel. And I have a Facebook page if you didn't know about that, so go ahead and look at that. There's also a link in the description below. Check out our other wreath videos that we're going to be making, and look back in the archives a little bit and check out all of our other Halloween videos from all of the years past, because there's a ton of them and there's some really, really good ones. So look at all those, and we'll see you next time. Bet you thought I was being eaten by this giant monster wreath. Nope. Check test that.